Hi guys, so today I'll talk about activity-based costing, or the ABC method in cost accounting. As you know, there are two major elements of cost: the direct costs and the indirect costs. The direct costs are those costs which are directly attributable to a certain product. Examples such as cost of the raw materials used or cost of labor in production. Now, these costs are easily traceable to a certain product, unlike the indirect costs. The indirect costs are not directly related to the production. Examples such as rent expense, utility expense, administrative cost, and other overheads. These costs are not easily traceable to a certain product, and therefore it can be difficult to identify how much each of these costs contribute to the product. Let's look into an example. Say you're running a bakery, and at the end of the month, you have incurred a $250 electricity bill. Also for that month, you have produced and sold 500 different types of bread. Now you would like to know how much each of the bread contributes to the electricity expense. Well, using the traditional costing, all you have to do is to divide the total overhead cost by the total number of products. So given the example, $250 electricity bill divided by 500 different types of bread gives us 50 cents per bread. This means to say that each bread contributes 50 cents to the electricity bill. Now, do you think this is fair? Definitely not. Because there may be other breads which may consume more electricity than the others. Therefore, it's not fair to say, or it's not accurate to say, that each bread contributes equally to the electricity expense. Well, this is where activity-based costing comes in. With activity-based costing, overhead costs are allocated more accurately to a product using a cost driver. A cost driver is a level of activity that may change a particular cost, such as machine hours, number of setups, number of production runs, and so on. So with our given example, a cost driver can be the kilowatt hour or the cooking hours.
So now let us calculate the overhead cost per unit using the activity-based costing. So for example, out of the 500 breads, 150 were bagels, 120 were muffins, 180 were croissants, and 50 were cakes. We said that our cost driver is the cooking hours. Technically, the cooking hours varies from one product to the other. So for example, the bagels take 40 cooking hours, the muffins take 20 cooking hours, the croissants take 30 cooking hours, and the cakes take 50 cooking hours. So now that we know the cooking hours for the products, we can now identify an overhead rate to be multiplied to the electricity expense in order for us to get the overhead cost per product. We then divide this overhead cost per product to the total number of units in order for us to get the overhead cost per unit. So here we can see that each bagel contributes 48 cents to the electricity expense, a muffin contributes 35 cents, a croissant contributes 30 cents, and a cake contributes $1.78. Take note that these figures are for illustration purposes only and do not represent actual scenario. Take note as well that there may be other factors or elements which may contribute to electricity expense and not just the cooking hours. Watch out for the part 2 of this lesson for a sample calculation of a comprehensive activity-based costing problem. I hope you've learned from this video, and thanks for watching.